If there was no Gesher today, these kids would pretty much be lost.
As a social worker, I see a tremendous need for schools like Gesher Yehuda.
It gives every child a chance to be the best that they can be.
It is surprising that this little Sephardic jewel of a school is really a place that is cutting edge. This is where it's happening. And out of here is where the new techniques will come.
Gesher Yehuda brings a package to the table that's not out there. It's a package of a Hebrew education with the nurturing environment, with the confidence building, and from the person that lets you in to Vivian, the director of the school, there's a very Mayberry, nurturing, warm feeling here.
My son was diagnosed at 2.5 as borderline autistic, and did not speak until 4 years old. Since no place would take my son, I was going to make a place for my son. And that's what we did. And he was here for 2 years, and he walked out of this building with more confidence than anyone I know. He went on to Flatbush, Yeshiva Flatbush, 2nd grade on level, never needed a tutor again, never needed a therapist again, never needed resource room. He never needed, that was it. He was on his own and he flew. He really did. He's graduated top of his class in high school. He got a full scholarship to college, and I'm so proud of him.
Well, Gesher Yehuda was special from the day it started. We started a class for 6 boys, and it became so successful that the second year we had 18 boys, then it was 36 kids, and it just blossomed and grew, and we didn't even expect that.
We picked Gesher, which means bridge, because it's a bridge school. Our goal is always to mainstream these children. We've been here for about 14 years now, and from when we first opened with 6 kids till now with 70, I mean, I feel that every single year we've learned more. Every year we get better and better.
I never experienced such warmth and openness in a school. I said, this is the place for my son. Gesher Yehuda gave him the tools, the foundation to be what he is today. He's independent, he knows what he wants, he's on the sports team, has a wonderful social life, and is very spiritual, which is most important to me.
A very important part of who these kids are the Sephardic identity. Our children are taught Hebrew subjects in the Sephardic tradition. They are taught Pizmonim and Ta'amim by rabbis, so that when they go with their fathers to Shul on Shabbat, they know exactly what is going on. They're able to be part of the community in a very important way.
Albert was diagnosed as language delayed. I wanted to place him in a special ed yeshiva, and I have been thrilled from kindergarten through 8th grade. Gesher Yehuda saved my son's life. He is learning to the maximum potential. He fits into the community. He has really nice Syrian friends. A little emotional.
When my son first came to the school, at 1st grade, he couldn't add 2 plus 2. He didn't know his ABCs, all right? And I'm not exaggerating now, but after 3 months in Gesher Yehuda, he knew his alphabet. He learned in 3 months. With a school he was in 3 years, he couldn't learn. You give credit to the staff and the teachers for knowing how to teach these type of children with these type of disabilities.
Our faculty consists of master special ed teachers who are the ones that run every single classroom. These teachers then have assistants in each room. Most of our classes have about 8 kids in them, and they have 2 or 3 teachers in the classroom.
Great! You boys really know your math.
During math class, we would solve problems. Sometimes we would play games to make it more fun and easy to learn. In Kings Bay, I was kind of struggling, so Gesher kind of picked me up, and now I'm in Magen David.
There's like 3 teachers in the class, and when you need help, they'd come to you right away. If they weren't successful, we wouldn't be in Magen David right now. Definitely not.
You feel very comfortable in the school. Like, teachers care about you and they're with you every step of the way. If you really need the help, it's a good school to come instead of suffering in another school.
It's so easy to get emotionally attached to these kids. They're all They all have such amazing personalities, and they're the sweetest kids with the biggest hearts.
Slap me 5. Great job.
The school's miles ahead of anybody, anywhere. Who would have thought?
The advice I give to any parent, and many have come to me, is that in the event that you find your child is struggling, they have a learning disability, you're doing tremendous service to your child by bringing him to a school like this.
My oldest son, Nathan, was having difficulty in his elementary school, and it was probably the best thing we ever did for our son and for us and for our house. I truly believe that this place changed his life.
Parents of children with learning disabilities face numerous challenges: sibling rivalry, homework issues, bedtime issues, things like that. What we really try to do is hold their hands in finding services and helping them in serving their needs and making their task that much easier.
I've seen a dramatic improvement from the day he walked into the school. In every facet, from his confidence level to his socializing, the way he greets, the way he speaks, the way he talks.
Most kids in this school, if you look around, are regular, normal functioning children who are, each one of them are great kids, but they just learn a little bit differently than the norm.
Albert has been here since kindergarten. I think that Gesher Yehuda has really implemented enough confidence in him now so that he is able to say that everybody learns differently and everybody has different strengths and weaknesses, and he has realized that it's okay that he's learning disabled.
Many very famous people had the kinds of issues that we deal with at Gesher Yehuda. And they include Albert Einstein and John F. Kennedy. They look at things differently, they see the world differently, and you know what, that's fine.
Shouldn't we talk about tuition?
One of the most wonderful things about this school is that the board of directors is so positive and so supportive.
They will do whatever they need to do for these kids. Politics, money, don't necessarily interfere with what the needs of the kids. You do what the children need to do. Where do you find this? This is the only place I know you find this.
When I grow up, I would like to be involved in the sports business.
I would like to be either a sound tech or a DJ of some sort.
When I grow up, I would like to be a businessman.
At graduation, the kids had to write some words of gratitude to the teachers, and my son, being the wonderful child that he is, wrote a story about this place, Gesher Yehuda. And the words were, and I was struggling, I was having a hard time, and I didn't have any friends until my parents found a school in the community that changed that. I'm paraphrasing, I don't have it for real, but it was powerful. And they weren't my words, they were his. He delivered that speech at graduation, and there were about 150 people crying.
We hope that you will carry the knowledge and self-confidence that Gesher has instilled in you for the rest of your lives. We know that you will use these tools to accomplish great things in your life, and we know that you will continue to make your parents and your community proud. You should know that there are no limits to your potential.
I'm blown away at hearing some of the things that happen when a combination of love, patience, and uplifting of a kid's confidence and what that can do.
We definitely owe Gesher Yehuda so much, more than we can ever express, because they've really turned my son Eddie into a superstar.
I tell people, if you want to see God's miracles today, come here.